Hi everyone, I'm Rob Pottorf. I'm a composer for film and television and commercials. And today I'm going to be working on a spot for Contrast Creative. They've been a client of mine for many years, and out of that we've established a very good friendship, and I always enjoy working with them. Some of the things that I do from a composition standpoint is I basically have every instrument pretty much known to man at my fingertips on my computers, and that is anything from orchestral, live orchestral instruments, to synthesized instruments, acoustic instruments such as bass guitar, acoustic guitar, drums. So at any given time I'm not hindered by having an idea and saying, oh, I can do it this way, but I'd like to, but I can't because I don't have that particular instrument. Everything is right here in front of me, so my sound palette is pretty big. So that being said, I can give you an example of a few of the sounds that we have to play with. We have anything from French horns, to reeds, which would be like clarinets, to violins, and the violins are very pretty. So I'm not limited by anything that, if I can hear it up here, I can put it down there. So that's basically how that works. In some commercial spots, they're actually comedy spots. I've done a lot of animation, a lot of cartoons in my career, and so it's always fun to pull out the stops as far as xylophones and wacky horns and things like that that you normally hear in cartoons. It's kind of nice to put them in a commercial type of atmosphere, and it always works very well. So a couple of examples of commercials that I've done for Contrast Creative, one called Signs.
Meet Carol. She's a highly successful woman, but she's kidding herself with every step she takes. Chest pain, sweating, fatigue and dizziness, back pain, jaw pain, shortness of breath, nausea, vomiting. Some signs are more common in women than men of an impending heart attack, with high blood pressure and cholesterol, putting her at an even greater risk. Women, the signs are everywhere. Learn and live.
And one called Heart Lessons.
Class, today we will learn our ABCs. Henry, what is A?
Use aspirin therapy as prescribed by your doctor.
And B?
Control blood pressure.
C?
Reduce cholesterol.
And S?
Stop smoking and eat food lower in sodium.
Excellent, students!
Do your homework.
Pick me! I know!
Talk with your doctor about the ABCs and help prevent heart disease and stroke, because you're never too old to learn.
These were more lighthearted, comedic type of commercials. And the fact that I've done a lot of animation, a lot of cartoon writing in my career, it enabled me to go back and kind of pull out that experience and pull out those ideas and put them into a 30-second spot. It actually makes it kind of fun when you're watching something like a hospital commercial and you're hearing xylophones and wacky horns and clarinets and things of that nature. Recently, Contrast Creative and myself, we've just finished up 4 different spots for GW Hospital up in D.C. And these were unique commercials in the respect that I got to approach them more from a cinematic type of feel. For example, like when you watch a movie trailer in the theater, it's very big and it drives the message, and it makes you feel something off the bat. Well, when we first started this, we kind of approached it in the typical hospital music vein, and it just wasn't working. And finally I said, well, you know what, I have an idea. Let's go ahead and approach this like we were doing movie trailers. And that's exactly what we did. And it almost had that feel of, when the announcer comes on and says, "In a world." That's the kind of feel that we got off of these 30-second spots.
In one of the world's most powerful cities, one hospital stands strong. The George Washington University Hospital. In an instant, knowledge and expertise unite. These moments define us as a hospital, as a community. Trusted by our neighbors in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, we set the highest standards for clinical and academic expertise. solving complex medical problems, perfecting innovative surgery, delivering the future. GW Hospital, defining medicine.
Left turn ahead.
What defines you? Memories, moments, love, stored here in your brain. The Neurosciences Institute at GW Hospital is using innovative GPS-like technology to navigate the brain's intricate pathways for more precise surgery, advancing research and treatment for brain tumors, epilepsy, spine, aneurysms, and stroke.
You've reached your destination.
GW Hospital, defining medicine.
As a composer, it was a great opportunity for me to kind of stretch a little bit and create something that was more than just, you know, your typical rhythm, acoustic guitar, and piano in the background. I think these spots turned out very well, and I was very pleased with the way they ended up. One of the questions that I do get asked about a lot is what's the difference between just buying a piece of canned music and throwing it on the commercial? It's only 30 seconds, so can we just get a piece of music and put it on there? Yeah, I mean, that's a very easy thing to do. It's very cost effective. Unfortunately, most of the time it doesn't drive the commercial and it doesn't tell the story. The advantage that you have with custom music, with somebody actually sitting down and creating something, is that he's looking at the picture, or in my case, I'm looking at the picture, and I'm deciding how I want you as a viewer to feel. It's very hard with a pre-existing piece of music to have all the hit points. It's more than just putting music behind them. Actually, it's, in my opinion, and I'm a little biased, it's as important as the actors and the writing. A lot of times I call music the third character, and sometimes the third character has to carry the scene. And in the event of a 30-second commercial, there's not a lot of time to tell the story, and a lot of times that music has to come in and it has to drive a message home. I'd like to thank you for stopping by today. I hope you've learned a little bit more about what this process is. Actually, most people think I just sit down here in a dark room for hours upon end drinking coffee, and actually that's not too far from the truth. But if you do have any musical needs, feel free to look me up on the internet at www.rpmusic.com. You'll be able to hear any feature films that I've done. I've worked for 20th Century Fox, Lionsgate. I do a lot of work for Disney. I do a lot of commercial work for Contrast Creative. So any needs you might have, drop me a line. And I'd also like to personally thank Kathleen McDonald and Tim Travitz at Contrast Creative for trusting me for these many years. And we've done a lot of fun projects, and I'm looking forward to a lot more. Thanks.